Hi everyone, good to be back again. For those that jump in at some stage tonight or watch the video at a later date, welcome. It's good to be doing another video to share some info with you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about or doing a bit of a running workout and some running specific exercises and drills. What I think about when I look at or think about starting a running workout, we look at what are the key areas important for runners. Now, the number one for me, for runners, and evidence supports this from the forces that go through your body during running, both slower speed and higher speed running, is your calves are number one. And there's a couple of muscles in your calves that are important. You've got your gastroc and your soleus, and then also looking at the movement patterning around that. So we're going to look a little bit with that. Other key muscles in your legs, you've obviously got quads, glutes, hamstrings. I think they're all important. We're going to throw a little bit of that into the workout today. And if you're doing the workout with me, wonderful. If you're going to use some of this at a later date with either some runners or yourself, perfect. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with as a warm-up and a walk. Now, some of you have probably done an a walk before. What we're going to look at with the a walk, I think it's a nice one from movement patterns for runners, especially those that aren't used to running drills. So an a walk, what you look at is one leg comes high, your lead leg, high toe, high knee, and other leg goes into triple extension, you come up onto your toes, and you get arms coming reciprocally through. So what we're looking at, I'll do a few up and back if you've got a bit of space at home or when you're doing these, beautiful. Coming up, high knee, high toe, beautiful. And then up onto the toes on the back leg. So I'm going to keep moving through. And I think a minute or so of these ones, if you've got a bit of space, beautiful. You're coming up nice and tall, It gets your calves going, but it also gets movement patterns. And if we look at warm-ups, I think movement patterns are key things to look at, along with, depending on the type of workout, conditioning the body to the type of exercise you're looking at. So keep focus with an A walk, and this usually works better if you've obviously got more space. I'm in a small space here in my home, but you're going all the way through. You may progress this if you're doing a running workout into some of your running drills, whether that be A skips and then into run throughs and things like that, depending on whether it's a workout or whether it's a running session. Alright, I'm going to start looking we're going to start with an exercise. We're going to do wall sit calf raises. For those that have tuned into some of my exercises before know that I like this exercise, and it's one that can be set at a different level, easy or hard. So what we're going to look at here, into a wall sit. From here, I'm going to start with double leg. I'm going to do a minute. So for those that want to join me with that, beautiful. And you're coming up onto your toes, up and down. Now, in this position, obviously our quads are going to burn, yeah? Wall sit really works our quads. The degree you go up or down will dictate the height of the wall sit, will dictate how hard the quads work. But we're also getting some soleus in this position. Now, we will look at a round two after we shake the legs out. And during the round two, I'm going to show you, there is the one leg version of this, which is also even tougher and a nice challenge for those that have no weights at home or no equipment. So again, focus straight knees, push through your big toes, nice and controlled. I'm going to work another 10 seconds from now. And again, as you can see, I'm at roughly 90 degrees. So this is quite a tough workout on my quads. For the last one, coming back out. Shake the legs out. Now, I'm going to look at from here the one leg version. This is a lot tougher. The one leg version, you probably, I'm not going to get to 90 degrees. Some of you may get to that depth, but the focus is, again, driving high through your toe. You get calf work. You can definitely get quad going. So let's look at, choose one of your legs. I'll give myself another 5 seconds before I go. So I'm going to come half the depth. And from there, coming up and down into calf raises. Now, depending on how hard you want to work, you might look to go a full minute here. I'm going to do 30 seconds. Coming up through your toes, straight knees, try and push through the big toe again. You should get calf and definitely quad on this one, yeah? Beautiful. I'm going to go another 10 seconds to get me through to 30. And if you can't tell, my quad is definitely working. Beautiful. I'm going to switch legs. So again, coming down, straight leg, halfway down, controlled up and down. As you can probably see, or when you try this, this is tough. For a workout at home with no equipment, to work some running specific muscles and legs in your muscles in your lower legs, it's not an easy one. And that's a good thing when we're stuck at home without a lot of equipment and without our gyms. One more. Beautiful. Coming out, shake the legs out. Now, I'm going to now go into a bridge. If you don't have a chair handy, no problems. Just do a standard series of bridges without the chair. The reason I like the chair for running and for bridges, hamstrings are one of the key muscles in running, especially faster speed running. And a hamstring bridge or a bridge off a chair works the hamstrings higher than if you're off the ground. So onto your back if you're doing bridges with me. Scoot ourselves in, foot on the chair, other leg up at 90 degree, and driving high. I'm going to look at doing 12 each leg. Now, depending on how hard or easy this exercise might be for you, you might look at doing lots of 8 or even up to 15. So driving high, you should get glute and some hamstring working here. Beautiful, and as many know, physios are not great at counting, but I believe I've got 1 or 2 more. And I'll do an extra one just in case. Beautiful, coming down. Switching legs, so again, high knee and bent knee, and keep the toes up, drive through glutes, hamstrings. I'm going to look at 12 on the other side. Now, easy one to do for most people, and a good one for runners. You get some glute, you get some hamstring, and you don't need any equipment to work at a reasonable level. It's not ridiculously difficult, but it is tough enough. And for those that don't do a lot of strength training, you'll definitely notice this one. Again, I've lost count, I'm going to do 2 more. Lovely. And 1 more. I'm going to relax the legs for a moment. We're going to look at doing 2 sets. And I think I'm doing 2 sets for them all today for a 15-minute workout. But if you've got a bit of extra time, probably going back at the end and repeating an extra set through is reasonable to give yourself that 3 sets. But 2 sets is a minimum if we're looking at getting some strength and muscle benefit. So switch back to the original leg, driving up through your hips and your glutes. Beautiful. 5, I'm counting this time, which is surprising. We're halfway. Drive high through the knee of the leg that's not working. Will keep your pelvis level. Lovely. I've got 2 more, I believe. Lovely, but I may have lost count. Same again. Drive through the glute. Nice and tall. 4, third of the way there. 5, lovely. 6, 7, again driving high. 8, 9, and 10. 2 more, lifting high. Keep it slow, no quicker than this. Beautiful, and relax. Now, for those that have done bridges off a chair before, there are lovely variations you can do involving speed. You can change lever length, and there's heaps you can play around with that, but they're a nice starting point. Now, from here we're going to look at some calf raises. Those that have seen me do some calf raise videos in the past will know that I quite like doing calf raises in a triple extension stance position. And what I mean by that is triple extension is the leg on the ground, locked out knee, pointing through your toe, locked out hip, and the other leg comes up into hip flexion and ankle dorsiflexion, so knee flexion as well. So we're coming up nice and tall and then controlled down. You'll get less calf raises doing it this way than you will typically because you're holding a locked out position through your hip, through your knee, and the other leg is working. Keep it nice and slow. Try and look at getting at least 15 in this position. Now, if you're strong, you want to look at calf raises on the one leg to be able to push out probably close to 25 to 30. Though it might be a bit harder in that position, and we've already fatigued our calves doing some of the wall sit calf raises. Let's switch sides. So straight leg, high knee, high foot, and you want to keep going on this leg again until you get a burn through your calf and you can't get that lovely push up nice and tall. So nice and tall through the big toe, keep the leg locked out, pushing high. The reason I like working in this position is you're training yourself or your athletes to look at getting into functional running specific positions, training the movement patterns and the body awareness. And this is really important to build on, especially building into run drills and when you're looking at to work on running specific exercises. Catch your breath. Let's switch back to the original leg. So foot high, toe high, knee bent. Straighten the leg on the ground and driving high. Beautiful, nice and tall. I'm going to fatigue pretty quickly on this one. I think the calves are a bit tired today after my workout yesterday. Beautiful. Aim nice and tall, keep your body tall. Alright, and switch to the other side. Aim to try and get a couple more than me. That was only 13, aim for 15 if you can. Straight leg at the back, lock the leg out, knee high, foot high, and then lifting nice and tall. For those that haven't done these before, you'll probably find it's a fair bit harder than your standard calf raises. Beautiful. I'm going to go 3 more to even up my tally on that left leg. Lovely. And shake it out. Now, we're not going to get through every single exercise that I think is great for runners today, but we are going to cover a couple of the key ones that I like, and you've already seen some that I like, and for those that follow me on social media will probably have known some of these are my favourite or exercises that are well used. I'm now going to look at a side plank. Now, why do I like side planks for runners? Side planks have been found to have really high amounts of glute med or side glutes activation, and for runners, especially a lot of runners that have injuries, that hip strength is down and often causes a loss of control, putting pressure through knee and or hip. So I really like this one as an exercise. We're going to look at doing 30-second rounds, and I'll give you a couple of options if you're finding it easy. So whenever we're ready, straight legs onto your elbows. Let's push nice and high. Now, if you can't get the full 30 seconds, I'm okay with you dropping down in between. Otherwise, stay high. If you find this is too easy, try lifting that top leg. Now, what that's going to do is, some studies, muscle activation studies have found this one is one of the highest activity exercises for the side glute, and it's pretty tough. For those that are trying that top leg lift, we'll find that it's really, really tough, and you probably will struggle to hold it much longer than 30 seconds, which is a good thing the time finishes there. Let's switch other side. And we'll go another 30 other side from here. So hips nice and tall. The second side's always the tougher one. So from here, lift that top leg if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, but again, don't feel the need. Top hip will work, bottom hip will definitely work. It's not as easy as it looks. Or maybe it doesn't look that easy. I'm going to lower it. I'm going to hold up nice and tall for my last 5 seconds from now. And lowering down. Now, we're going to take a quick break before we go last side. And those who go, why do you only do 30-second reps rather than pushing through? I mean, for me, I'd rather people do shorter repetitions and work harder rather than pushing for really long endurance. Runners should work hard, not necessarily high repetition, easy exercises. You want to work hard to the point of fatigue in shorter periods if possible. All right, let's go back to the original side, and when we're ready, let's go another 30 seconds. I'm going to keep my leg down for this time. If you want to push it and lift that top leg, please do. Challenge yourself if you can. Keep your hips locked forward, hips nice and high. Don't let them drop down as you start to get tired, if you can. 10 seconds from now. And we've got 5 to go now. Keep the hips tall for those that are pushing out. And relax it down. Let's switch sides. We'll have our final lot on this side. And lifting up from now. Hips nice and tall, keep them locked forward. You want to stay high. So my cues for this one are lock forward and lift high through your hips. Try not to let your hips sag. That extra lift through your hips will really fire up that bottom glute and your lateral trunk, which are the key muscles we're looking to work here. Stay nice and tall. We've got 5 to go. And relaxing down, beautiful. Whew. Catch your breath. All right. Now that's probably going to do me today. For those that are doing it as a workout, whether it's now or at a later date, my recommendation would be go through back to the top and do another 1 to 2 sets and finish with 3, maybe 4 sets through all of those exercises. They're simple, you can do them anywhere. For that 10 to 15 minutes, wasn't that hard to set up anywhere, but it was a tough enough workout. And you know, for adding an extra 5 minutes onto that is a pretty tough workout for some key muscles that you need to use as a runner. If you know a runner that you think might be interested, please share the video or contact me and I can share the video with them. For those runners out there, let's make sure we manage our loads smart throughout this lockdown period. I've already seen a number of runners who have blown up during this period from pushing too hard because we've got no gym or nothing else to do. For those interested in online consults, rehab consults, telehealth appointments, and online classes and running plans, touch base with me. Otherwise, stay safe. Have a good Easter weekend.